Hello guys, and today I'm going to be showing you a walk around of the Yanmar 186D diesel. Okay, so a little information about this tractor. This is a 1980 something Yanmar diesel, 3 cylinders, 18 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, diff lock in the back, and today I'm going to show you how to operate it and general tips and tricks and general problems and where all the fluid levers are. Okay, so first of all, we've taken off the back linkage arms just because they're in the way a wee bit, but it's got the usual PTO 540 1000 RPM. Got the 2 wheels on the back, obviously, and this is for a trailer or something. So the back linkage, so this goes up and down. This is controlled by this lever right here. And when your tractor's just sitting idling and you may hear the hydraulic pump whirring and struggling, it is probably because this is, it's like hooked into something. You kind of have to fiddle around with it and find the right spot. Okay, so I'm going to start speaking about the Yanmar power shift transmission, which is quite interesting transmission. So Yanmar power shift transmission. So it's got one first, second, third, and it's got low, medium and high. So basically when you're shifting from neutral, first, second and third, you do not have to put in the clutch. It automatically, it's a semi-auto, almost like shifting for you. So it will give you a wee bit of a jolt, but you don't have to shift. But you do have to shift when you're wanting to put it into low, medium or high. Okay. If you're wanting diff lock, you're like, oh, it's muddy, what should I do? So, what you should do, this is the diff lock pedal right here. It moves up and down. This is the diff lock for the 2 back wheels. So, if you're in tight situations, put that in, but you should really only be using that if you're in a situation where you're stuck. Another reason why you need to push in the clutch, as you can see here, is if you're swapping from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive. A wee quick tip from us, do not leave it in 4-wheel drive if you're just driving about, because we accidentally left it in 4-wheel drive and we snapped the snap pin, the wee shaft right there. I did a video on that when I was changing the sleeve. So, going over again, you have to use the clutch for 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive, and sometimes I'd recommend using it for all the different ranges, and I'd recommend it for using up or down. So, you want to use your mower. How do you use the PTO? Okay, so for the PTO, you put clutch in, and you can push this lever up, so it goes. Sometimes it won't go in all the way. Let's go down. Well, it'll go down eventually, but you kind of have to fiddle around with it. Sometimes you lift up, put it again. Well, it's not going in. I have to sit on it, but down the way is 450. I mean, so that's for backhoes and stuff. If you push it up the way, it's for 1000 RPM. So that's for grass cutters and stuff. So down, up. This is the PTO lever. So a quick tip. So if your 3-point linkage, if it's not going up or down, quite a common problem is, see this little screw here, stop valve, open or close. This basically controls the hydraulic flow of the tractor. So if that's turned all the way one way, it won't work properly. It won't even move up or down. So that's one of the reasons. Okay, going on the brakes. So the brakes on tractors are not the best. You can get brakes on the tractors obviously are not the best. You can get a brake kit from like Howard tractors, and the brakes are they're in here, and it's brake shoes that push out. So if you want to steer while you're braking, first take off the diff lock, push it in, and there's a wee little lever that flicks up so you can do individual braking for turning. If you want to use the brakes as a hand, if you want to use the hand brake, you push this in, you pull this up, you pull it up, and you move to the side a wee bit until it's, push it down tightly and it won't move. So if you want to turn the tractor on, what do you do? So, first of all, you click start, and all your gauges should light up. My gauge is not lighting up. It's there. So, if it's a warm day and you're just using it, you don't need to use the glow plugs. But obviously, if it's a cold day, starting up after a while, flick it this way, and that'll turn on the glow plugs. So you should leave that on for about 10 or 20 seconds, depending on your weather, if it's cold or just starting in a while. So, engine on, and you turn the key, and you let it go on. So if it's not, that's the lights. So if it's not turning on, so imagine a scenario, you're in a field, it's not turning on, what do I do? So the most likely things why it's not turning on, to turn it off, you pull this up. This is like a choke, you know, it turns, you know, releases all the air. So this, up, down, turns on and off the tractor. Well, off the tractor. So it's probably because, this is all the way up. Or, another problem why it won't start is because the PTO is in gear. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. So I would just mess around this, move up and down a wee bit, and then turn it on. Because normally that happens to us. We're in the middle of a field, turning it on, it wasn't turning on. All the lights were going on, but it's because this PTO was not in like the right position. Because it won't not, because it's a UK, you know, US model, it will not turn on if that's on. Okay. We're going to go on to about, you know, what model this is. So Yanmar models. If you look on the, you know, the manuals and stuff, you might see it says new or old Yanmar. And if, you know, you can't be bothered to look at all the, you know, all the codes and everything, see what if it's new or old. Basically, what you do, if it's got 3 or 4, you have to make like round, but I don't know which one it is. But if it's square or circle, the square is new, circle is old. But you have to check in the manual, double check. So that's how you determine if it's a new or old model. Okay, so going back to the power shift transmission and hydraulics that controls hydraulics, you fill it. So the dipstick is all the way down here. What's a dipstick? And you put it back in. And you fill it right here. Make sure it's closed tight so no water gets in it. So yeah, this controls the hydraulics for the transmission and the front loader. And as you can see, quite a lot of people asking, these are the 2 front loader you know, things that go under. The 2 go under, over and up here, and they power the, you know, front loader. So that's how you power the front loader. It's not actually a separate pump, it's all together. So you got, you know, so going once over, right there. It's starting to rain quite lots. So that's the dipstick down there, and that's where you fill up. So you want to see how well your engine's doing, you know, how much oil it's got in it. The oil dipstick is down here. I want to fill it up because the engine's still quite hot. Fill it up, and that tells you how much engine oil you've got. So it's quite important to make sure it's, you know, topped up regularly. So front axle, slow any low and thing. The way you check it is you undo this. It's a wee short stubby dipstick. And just a quick tip for when you're changing oil on this, you want to change, if you look around on the hubs, they throw oil here, and there's little drain plugs there, and that's where quite a lot of the gunk is. So you want to undo both of those rather than just the one bolt up there. So you want to do both of them. So yeah. So general startup like that. And in here, open the hood, you do that. Other side. And hydraulics in the way. This. So I can't really open it because the thing's in the way. Just a 3-cylinder with a, you know, fan, whatever. Then there, and this expansion film cap, whatever. So yeah. So all the filters, there's 3 or 4 or 5 filters on this, or strainers. So the main one people forget is the transmission strainer. Right here, I did a video on this, how to take it out. You clean that, you don't have to replace it. Another filter is the air filter. Just use your air filter in there, won't take it off. And another filter, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's the engine or I think it's the engine. Oh, there's a filter here, I can't remember which one it is. There, and this is how you drain the plug, this engine oil. This is how you drain the engine oil. This plug right here and there. The other filter here. There's a video on YouTube on how to bleed and like change the filter in this fuel filter, obviously. So that's quite important. But yes, so that is the Yanmar 160. See, this controls front loader up and down. It still moves there. The foot throttle. So if you want a wee bit more torque, foot throttle is this. You push that and it'll just temporarily, move it fine. But the main thing is this wee lever right here. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you've got any problems, concerns, my email is rusterrebuild@r2dstew.com. Please leave comments, like, and see you in the next video. Goodbye. Oh yeah, and one more thing. when you're parking it, so you push the clutch in, and there's a little, oh, I have to sit in it. There's a little wee latch, and this kind of depressurizes the clutch. So the clutch thing is pushed in, so this takes off all the pressure from the tractor. Remember to turn it off, take the key out, push this in, so you don't remember. Just don't trust this. Don't never let it run out of fuel. Thank you for watching again, and goodbye.